Happy Valentine's Day to everybody around the world. It is February the 14th in New York City right now. It is 3:05 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Happy Valentine's Night, which will become day shortly. And I'm here to read out of chapter 14 from this novel here, my own, Duppy, You Reap What You Sow, a novel by Ronald Haynie. Here we go. I'm reading to you again out of chapter 14. How can we see that? It's a little something like that. Chapter 14. Hopefully you got a chance to check that out. Excerpt page 363 to 372. But before I begin to read, I must activate IG because I got to do kill two birds, one stone, and read on IG Live as well as YouTube Live. So I hope you're all staying safe, practicing social distancing, and by all means, like this video, you know what I mean? And once you watch it, if you really like it, you love this video if you can, but like, and subscribe and tell all your friends and family to subscribe to Ronald Haynie. So IG is firing itself up right now. Hey, IG Live. Yep, reading to you out of chapter 14 while I'm on YouTube Live as well, simultaneously out of the joint. Duppy, you reap what you sow. Duppy, you reap what you sow. Chapter 14. Happy Valentine's Day, IG. Okay, so let's get into this read, shall we? You're interested in the novel? It's ways to get it in the description box. It's on Amazon. You can get unsigned copies from Amazon. You can get signed copies from me. And I'll tell you how to do that at the end of this live stream. Yeah, what up, Urban Bachelor? Okay, YouTube Live, here we go. IG Live, here we go. Page 363, chapter 14, out of Duppy, You Reap What You Sow. Subway trains roared through the 49th Street 7th Avenue station, uptown, downtown, on express and local tracks. Subway patrons hustled and bustled about as the station crowded with more rush hour folk. Tokens were dropped every 3 seconds or less, turnstiles spinning infinitely with people entering and exiting the New York City subway system. So how you like them Giants, Carter, man? Dwayne's older relief asked while they prepared their end of shift changeover inside the railroad clerk's booth. Tonight, yo, I bet you they get taxed by the 49ers, man. Slayed by San Fran, Dwayne exclaimed, helping with the tally of tokens. You have a point about that, young brother? Yeah, man. I'm glad that little strike they had is over, though. You see, it didn't last. That's making them dumb hungry now. And they've been busting chops this season anyway. The 49ers been ready to go off at the drop of a dime, man. They strictly taxing. Dwayne loved rooting for any of the football teams, ecstatic about the game on TV after a brief player strike. Nicole was fixing dinner for their invited guests, Patrick and Michelle. Patrick happened to be a Jet fan, so he and Dwayne usually kept a whole heap of noise rooting against one another. Giants versus Jets versus any team. Dwayne put his Walkman headphones on his ears, staring out at the hustle and bustle of the subway riders. Carter, we running short on 10-packs, ain't we? Yup, Dwayne replied, digging into his Benetton carry case for his Red Alert mixed audio tape, mistakenly dropping it on the floor. Damn, man, you nervous about that game tonight? Hell no. What I say, man, we want our New York team to get busy, true indeed, but look at how San Francisco been coming off, though. They doing damage tonight, homeboy. He crouched down to pick up the tape. Sir, we have no more tokens. We have no more 10 packs of tokens, so I'll count these out for you, he heard his co-worker say to a patron. Dwayne stood and went into a frightened shock because of the patron, eyes opening wide, mouth gaping. He dropped his whole Sony cassette Walkman this time, its door breaking off with the batteries and cassette tape sprawled all over the token booth floor. His co-worker's transaction went over his head while Dwayne froze in complete horror. His dead grandfather, Al Carter, stood in front of the booth, purchasing tokens for an afternoon subway ride. Al slipped a $20 bill under the thick plastic partition for his fare. Dwayne stared incredulously while the other clerk shelled out 10 admitting tokens. Unlike the battered, terrified Al, this Al looked radiant. He was powerful, strong, cunning, without his spectacles. His hair was cut into a small white afro. He wore a familiar-looking church suit with a fall trench coat. With his favorite derby cocked to the side, Al also carried a briefcase with an umbrella. Dwayne couldn't believe his eyes. The grandfather that he physically abused was alive, and a customer riding the New York City subway. Damn, Carter! Man, you better hope that thing works after a fall like that, the other clerk said. Thank you, mister, Al said once he received his 10 tokens and change. He winked at his grandson and walked away to catch his train. No, it can't be, Dwayne thought hyper. It just can't be. Pappy is dead. I saw him dead. What the fuck is he doing riding a double R train uptown? No, it can't be. Leaving his Walkman and all of his belongings behind, Dwayne left the token booth door open, stupefied, looking to follow Al. He had to see where his grandfather was going. Hey, Carter, you're leaving your stuff. What happened, man? You seen a ghost or something? Oh, later on, then, you could have closed the door. Hell yeah, I did, Dwayne mumbled, going through the exit gate. Looking ahead on the platform at various ages and genders, he tried to locate Al amidst the many trench coats worn by traveling businessmen. He felt a large gust of wind, and a local train whisked into the station, headed the same direction Dwayne trailed his grandfather. There go, Pappy. I'm going to talk to him. Fuck that. How the hell did he come back alive? I know I'm not crazy. Dwayne walked quickly to catch up to Al, who was blending into the multiracial crowd of waiting passengers. Pappy! Yo, Dwayne yelled. Yo, Pappy! Al ignored him, waiting for the crowd of exiting patrons to pass before boarding the train. He entered the crowded subway car while his frantic grandchild bumped, tripped, and pushed his way up into the same car he boarded. Into the end of the same car he boarded. Next stop will be 57th Street. Watch the closing doors, the conductor announced. The chime bells sounded, and the doors closed. The train proceeded out of the station. Dwayne continued moving through the packed subway car as quickly as possible to catch up. Al stood calmly at the opposite end, blending into the visual scheme of passengers who were sitting, standing, and holding onto poles and steel strap hangers, swaying with every natural bump of the train. Where did he go? I know I seen Pappy get on this train. Dwayne thought, reaching the end of the car. He then searched his way back midway in the opposite direction. Looking back and forth, he proceeded back to the other end where Al originally boarded, looking around and anxiously back towards the other end. No Al. Where is Pappy? I saw him get on this train. Dwayne walked to the door leading to the other subway cars, checked, and it was locked. Pappy got in his car. Where did he go? This door's locked and he's nowhere on this train. Where is he? What's up? So a duppy is a dead person? No, man, it's like a ghost. A spirit like, yo, I'm going to get my Jeep. Y'all bugging out. Snapping out of his daydream, Dwayne exited the train at the next station to return one stop back to his place of duty to retrieve his belongings. He fixed his Walkman, bidding farewell to his coworker for the final, more coherent time, and headed home. Climbing out of the subway to the packed streets of Times Square, he returned his headphones back to his ears. Milk is chilling, Gizmo's chilling. What more can I? Dwayne lip-synced and bobbed his head to the thumping hip-hop beats, trying to shake off what he visually experienced while crossing 7th Avenue. He headed towards the parking lot for his ride. Hours later, Dwayne laughed repetitiously at his dining room table. The awesome foursome enjoyed a meal of oxtail, peas, and rice with a salad. Reluctant Michelle squirmed amidst the click. She could barely digest her meal around the worldly profanity. Patrick and Nicole shook their heads, baffled by Dwayne's nervous antics. Word up. I got to be seeing shit and hearing shit. Pappy asked for a 10-pack. Word to God, it was him. I hear you, man, chuckled Patrick, shaking his head. Ain't my booby crazy, Shell? Nicole giggled. She was breathing easier now that Dwayne's headaches and nosebleeds had ceased. They continued their meal while a football game roared from the television set. A week and a half later, Dwayne and Nicole double dated with her sister Nefertiti and her boyfriend Corey, going out for cocktails and a night of dancing far from the Bronx. They grooved the night away at Club Zanzibar on the crowded dance floor. And as the club became more crowded, the couples mistakenly separated. Tired of dancing, Dwayne and Nicole found a spot to cuddle and smooch, nursing their drinks. Nicole had her favorite strawberry daiquiri, and Dwayne drank a double shot of gin with soda. Nicole held her drink for a half an hour while her man returned to the bar twice. Although she hated to make a scene, Nicole cringed at the thought of being the designated driver. She didn't want Nefertiti to see Dwayne in an inebriated state of mind. Nefertiti was another black sheep in the family, and she took a liking acceptance to Dwayne only because of her older sister, and Nicole wanted to keep it that way. Dwayne's sauntering trips back to the bar soon became staggering returns, and soon he was red with intoxication. On his fifth return, with another double shot of gin and soda, Nicole took his glass away. He snatched the glass back with a look that would make the strongest weak with fear. Please give me the car keys, she yelled sternly over the loud music. No! Dwayne, you've had enough. How the fuck you know what's enough for me? You a fucking psychic? Stop cursing at me. So mind your business. She watched him gulp down his entire drink within seconds. A year ago, when he was a struggling crackhead, her presence was influential. Now, it seemed as if her touch meant nothing to Dwayne. It was like her love was taken for granted. Booby, please. Please don't drink anymore. Promise me. I'm not into promises. What? You heard me. Booby, you're drunk. I wish I didn't have to leave you, but I can't hold it another second. I need to go to the ladies' room. So go. Bye. Nicole quickly moved away with mixed emotions while Dwayne hissed and stumbled back towards the bar, mumbling, fuck that. I'm drinking. Dwayne drank 2 more double shots of gin with soda. Things were hazy and his speech was slurred until finally he glued his forehead to the edge of the bar counter. After time lapsed, he mumbled, Yo, where my fucking girl at? Ugh. He lifted his 300-pound muddled head and left the bar stool to look for Nicole. The mission became much more difficult than expected. Dancing couples multiplied, becoming swaying silhouettes of 6, and the dark setting, complete with booming music and flashing lights mixed with mist, developed a persona of its own. Dwayne bumped into different club goers, yet managed to make a path for himself, stopping to regurgitate, splashing his suede bally shoes and matching shirt. He still crept about the club on special assignment. Watch it, man. Yo, excuse me. Yo, girl, look at him. He just threw up. Yo, Money, watch where you going. Ew, he stink. He made it to the restroom area and spotted Nicole chatting away with a well-suited male. Dwayne was livid, extra furious. No wonder she took so long to return to him. She wanted to rap to other guys. He was ready to kill when he saw 3 more guys come up and stand around Nicole, and she kissed every one sensuously on the cheek. Dwayne heatedly thought, I can't go nowhere with this bitch. Look at her. Tired of this shit. When Nicole pointed to her engagement ring, one of the guys said a word and the rest laughed. With Nicole included on the joke, Dwayne flipped. He stumbled towards Nicole and her friends. Dwayne got in Nicole's face, yelling at the top of his lungs, and her friends came to her defense, forming a circle around the couple. Thus, a scene was created. Yo, who this, Nikki? Huh? Who this, Nikki? Huh? Who the fuck are they? Yo, Money. Yo, get the fuck away from my girl, man. Yo, Nikki, who this guy? Clown, I beat your motherfucking ass. Yo, this nigga drunk. Yo, you know you don't want no. So what's up? Come on, punk motherfucker. The arguments died down after the club security got involved. Dwayne and Nicole were escorted to another area, and he vomited onto the carpet of the discotheque a second time. Nicole's friends laughed while the other clubbers turned up their noses. Nicole shouted, I told you stop drinking. Those were friends from my job and guys I knew from school. Why did you embarrass me? How are you supposed to drive us home? What about Neff and Corey? Bitch, suck my fucking dick. And fuck Neff and Corey. Everywhere we go, you always in the motherfucking face. Don't be calling me no bitch. You crazy? Cursing at me. You not hardly my father. Dwayne wiped his mouth with the back of his hand, inhaled deeply, and smacked Nicole, knocking one of her bamboo earrings out. And she gasped in shock, pain, and embarrassment. The first stunning slap from her man would surely lead to more violence, she started thinking, with tears rising, then spilling from her eyes. You don't never raise your motherfucking voice to me. You're supposed to be going to take a piss. Taking all goddamn night. Then I see you playing a war with 5 niggas around you like a fucking trick bitch. The droplets of hurt and humiliation streamed down Nicole's face, ruining her makeup. A welt formed against her cheek. She wished she could disappear for a few minutes while everyone near the couple stared at them, expecting more of a scene. Some of the women frowned, giggled, shook their heads in disgust, and the men shook their heads also, but no one intervened. She turned back to her inebriated lover, whose shirt was wet with vomit and eyes red with eyebrows connecting. I want your shit out my fucking crib tonight, he shouted. With his last words, Dwayne tried to walk a straight line away from sobbing Nicole, leaving her, Nefertiti, and Corey stranded at the club without a ride. A 40-minute late-night car ride on the freeway became an hour and 15 minutes. Dwayne made it back to Irwin Avenue from deep in the heart of Newark, amazingly without crashing his car, parking the ride cornered, missing the space. Jim Browski. That's what it is. Got it to get it. Got got to into you, Dombrowski, Jim, the baddest rope chain, baddest rope chain. Word up, word up, word up, he mumbled, staggering with hiccups, first stopping, then walking as straight as possible while bypassing some exiting neighbors before entering the high-rise. Leaving a lake of vomit on the elevator floor, he took a few more toddler steps to his front door, fumbling with keys in hand. He entered his place. Home sweet home, Dwayne thought, closing the door, locking the top and bottom locks. Deciding to put the chain on, he suddenly heard some heavy breathing, other than his own. He froze in his tracks, turning slowly to face his intruder. He caught a glimpse of gray hair, a familiar flannel shirt with some gray trousers. Dwayne spun around, shut on the chandelier lights, and standing in front of him was Al, with his fists clenched. Dwayne's mouth gaped in horror, seeing his grandfather once again, and this time, Al was in his apartment. He began to have his doubts about seeing him in the subway, and now he realized that he did see his grandfather. But how could he be alive? How did he get inside the co-op? Where did he come from? Al was supposed to be dead. How did he return? The once battered senior citizen stood in the middle of Dwayne's living room, gazing directly at him. He wore his last outfit after Dwayne sold his clothes for crack. Without his glasses, he stared at his grandson, exhaling angrily. Al creeped towards Dwayne, and he frantically thought, oh shit, here he comes. Does he talk? I wonder if he talks. But Pappy's dead. He was broke up in front of the building. Is he gonna say anything? Who the hell's told you can stay out so goddamn late, boy? Al yelled, voice bellowing with coarse venom, sounding more evil and stronger than his grandson ever heard. That's the end of the read. Happy Valentine's Day. Duppy, you reap what you sow. Duppy, you reap what you sow. YouTube Live, IG Live, IG Live, YouTube Live. You know how to cop the book for signed copies via Cash App, $sign RONNBYLLZE. Okay, once again, that is $25 for postage and handling, with your full mailing address in the notes, in the Cash App, in the notes, so I can mail you your book once you send me the money. $, Romeo, Oscar, November, Bravo, Yankee, Lima, Zulu, Echo. All right? And the novel is available on Amazon for your unsigned copies. That's how it goes. It'll be signed eventually if the Almighty spares my life. You feel me? That's how it's going down. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the read. For those of you over there on YouTube, you already know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like this live stream, all right? Share this live stream. IG, same for you. You know what I'm saying? Love this live stream. Follow me. I don't own those rights, but I own these rights. Follow me. Follow me. All right? But I own these rights. Duppy, you reap what you sow. Okay, out of chapter 14. Again, continue to stay safe. Enjoy your Valentine's Day. And if you got the boop, play that safe too. You already know what's up with that. So good night to you, YouTube. Okay, tomorrow, if the Almighty spares my life, I'll be reading to you out of chapter 15 for February the 15th. Every day is Black History. Have a good night. Same goes for you. IG